This video is going to introduce you to many of the options that you get across multiple queries. I'm going to start off by opening up the text search query option and recreating the search from the previous video. I'm searching for fish in selected items, which are the cases in the people folder aligned to interview participants. I'm running the query. You can see here we've got the same results as last time, and I'm going to switch this up to stems. If we look at this slider, you'll see there are further options. I could move to synonyms, specializations, or generalizations. It's important to note that this slider is cumulative. So, by searching for synonyms, I am searching for the synonyms of the stemmed words as well as the exact matches. Furthermore, if I search for specializations, I'm looking for specializations of the synonyms, the stemmed words, and the matches. Quite often this can go a little bit out of hand, so I wouldn't advise going much beyond stemmed words unless you've got a very good reason. Quite often you are better using the special characters here and constructing yourself a much more precise query in the search dialog box here. The main object of this video, however, is to actually look at some of these additional options. So we've seen run query before, and this is what gives us our results, but there are two further buttons here. First of all, save results, and second of all, add to project. The add to project option allows you to save this query to the project. This is actually really important. Queries can take a lot of time to get right, and they're not saved unless you explicitly add them to project. When I click this button, it's going to open a dialog and give me the option to give my query a name. I'm just going to call this Fish in Interviews, and then I'm going to click OK. To later retrieve any saved query, it's really easy. You'll find them in the search area of folder view and within the query folder. Here we can see all of the queries that are saved in this project, including my Fish in Interviews one. If I double click this, it will rerun my query and I can see it saved with all of the options that I had previously specified. You can also see the full list of all of the queries that are saved in this project. This represents a lot of work, so if you're ever going to need to rerun the query, make sure you add it to the project. Of course, saving the query only really saves the question. It doesn't go further and save the results, but as we've already mentioned, that option is there. If I click on Save Results, another dialog opens, and you'll see I have the option to save this as a new code or case, or merge the results into an existing code or case. This time round, I'm going to go for a new code. I've got two options where I can save this. First of all, I could choose to save this in query results. This is really useful if I want to keep an archive of different things that I've done. If this is something I want to actively work with, however, I might want to save this to my nodes area. It is rare that you'll want to use this with cases now, but it is an appropriate way to do autocoding for some very specific forms of case. For this particular search, I'm saving this in nodes. And then I'm going to rename this just to fish, and then click OK. You'll notice the tick box for open results is already ticked and it will open up that node. While we are saving the results, it has essentially just created a node for me, and if I look in the node folder, you will see here is my new fish node. Either double clicking this or leaving it open, you'll see here is the results. Now, this only coded the exact word that I'd searched for, which was fish and its stems. All of the grey text here is just there for context, but not actually part of the theme. If I return to that query, once again this is saved, so I can very easily do that by going to Queries and opening Fish in Interviews. You will notice I had an alternative option. If you remember an earlier video, we looked at spread coding. I can switch this to narrow context, which will bring in 5 additional words, broad context, which will bring in the surrounding paragraph, the entire file, which will bring in the entire file if it mentions fish, or of course custom context, where I can specify a set number of words or other features that I want to bring in. I'm just going to leave this at the narrow context and run the query. If you look at the references, you can already see that there are more words in black. So if I save this query now, the surrounding words would also be included in the resulting node it creates. I'm not going to do this because I'm quite happy with this particular result here, but the other thing I've just shown you can be really useful for certain forms of automatic coding. Just before I leave this, I'm just going to once again revisit the text search query by going to Explore and then clicking on Text Search. We've covered most of the generic features that you'll find in all of the queries, but I just want to spend a little bit more time looking at the searching options. Once again, files and externals is the default. This is the entire project with no filtering. However, select items does give us a whole option. We've discussed searching in specific files and in specific cases, but you will notice you can also search nodes. So for example, I could search just within the infrastructure for mentions of the word road, or I could look in natural environment just for references to rivers, or I could look at real estate development just for references to houses or other specific terms. This can enable you to do a real rich level of searching. More importantly, you'll notice you have the option to search within sets and within search folders. So in this case, if I just wanted to search how the word fish is used by men, I've got that search folder already set up and I don't need to manually tick all of the different cases that could apply for. This will save me a lot of time as I'm conducting my research. Hopefully this video has been useful. This hasn't been designed to really focus on the text search query, but just to give you an idea of some of the additional functions that you will find within queries. The next video will move on to look at the word frequency query. I should note the videos here do not include the use of the query wizard, but you may find the query wizard is a nice alternative view for generating such queries. In this case, the top option will guide you click by click through a text search query, enabling you to specify what you're searching for, any level of stemmed or synonym words you want to include, and of course any specific areas you want to search. I'm going to cancel this, but it would produce the same results if you select the same option.